Hi, this is Shane Arledge with County Line Fishing Supply. Take it easy on me, guys. This is my first video. The reason I'm making this video is just to address a few questions we've had about our AIM Sports and NC Star scopes that have the quick release mount integrated into the body. Very simple design, works really well, but what happens is guys will get these, they'll take them home from the show, they'll set them up on their rifle, throw the lever to lock it in, and there's still some play there. Immediately, you know, the reaction's bad, but what it is that you have to adjust them to your rail. They're made in case, you know, something's a little out of spec either way. A lot of different companies manufacturing these ARs. Technology's pretty good, specs run pretty good, but there is always just a little bit of difference. These lock down very well, go back to zero very well. You just got to adjust them. It takes just a few simple tools you probably already have. Okay, it's a pretty simple procedure. All you'll need for this is a straight screwdriver. Make sure you get one that matches the slot pretty well. You don't want to go marring, you know, taking the value down on your scope. Second thing you'll need is the Allen wrench, which is supplied with the scope. And you will need a 6mm or 5/16 wrench. Seems to be close enough, it doesn't matter. So one's all you need. What you'll do is first, turn the scope upside down. If you look directly in the bottom, you'll see a single slot-headed screw. Back this off about 3/4 of a turn. It doesn't take a whole lot, just so it's got loosened up for play. Next thing you'll need to do, if you look to the left-hand side of the scope, you'll see an Allen tip stud and a nut. What you'll do is you'll place the Allen wrench in the Allen. If it's finger tight, you can just loosen it up, but the idea is you want to back the nut loose and just hold the stud. Take the scope, place it on the rifle, throw the lever to halfway, about right there, maybe just a touch past half. You want to come back over to the stud side of the scope. What you're going to do is you're just going to take your Allen wrench, tighten the Allen down without the nut touching. Run it down, just snug it up fairly decent. Now what you want to do is a function check. Just throw the lever forward to release. Double check, make sure it comes off. Very important on these scopes, there's a little bar right here. Make sure it sets down in between the slots. Lock it into place. Make sure it's tight with no play. Remove the bar. Throw it loose. Make sure everything's coming on and off. Once you tighten it, you should be good. From this point, what you're going to want to do is hold the stud, tighten the nut down, take your wrench while holding the stud tight, snug that nut up pretty good. What that does is like a double lock nut. Essentially it binds the threads together and prevents it from coming loose later. Go ahead and do you another function check. Make sure it comes loose, make sure it goes back on, lock down tight, release it, pull the scope back, take your straight screwdriver, go back to the screw on bottom, tighten that bad boy down a little bit, and it's on there. Another key thing is, and the reason I'm actually making this video instead of letting somebody else show you how to do it, one of the biggest misconceptions on the quick release scopes, or rings of any kind for that matter, what people will do, they'll set them down into the rail, and they have a big tendency of where this little rail engages your slots on your Picatinny. They'll take it, they'll set it down on there, and they have a tendency to just pull it back to the back of the slot. That's dead opposite of what you want to do. When you place this on here, you want to push forward in the slot and then throw your lever and tighten it down. What that allows for is your scope, I mean, it's just simple inertia. Your scope wants to remain at rest, your rifle's coming back. So whenever you take, and if somebody mounts this and they slide that to the back of the slot, your scope just wants to come forward. So pull it up to the front of the slot with the bar, throw your lever, you should have a rock solid back to zero.